Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We're a little bit stuck. Thank you for all the comments on the previous part, suggesting things of what we can try. Somebody mentioned showing Goodman's note from the court record to Gumshoe and seeing if that triggers anything. This one here, see if that gets him to do anything. Short of that, it seems like maybe we're just going to have to try and brute force showing evidence to people and see if anything actually happens. We haven't got anything else we can say here, have we? Yeah, it's a bit of a funny situation, this one, but what can we do? Let's start with the Goodman note thing, see if that helps in any way. Detective Goodman's note, and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Okay, well, we got a response there. I don't know if we had that response before. Also, someone mentioned on, they commented recently on an episode that was from a few weeks back, saying with this spray, can you use it, like, just continuously by holding the enter button instead of just pressing enter randomly? And honestly, I don't know, so I'm going to give it a go. It would be useful if you could, but I'm not sure if that is a thing. So we hit enter to spray, right? So can we just... We can't. Oh, that is a shame. That is a shame, because it'd be good if you could just continually spray everywhere, but it seems like that's not a thing. Oh, we can! Oh, thank you. Who left that comment? Thank you, whoever that was. Thank you so much. That is absolutely spot on what we missed. It was showing him that note. We must not have done that. Thank you. Wow, we're not stuck anymore. Good. Now, that was a bloody violent case. Violent? So it was a murder? A serial killing. A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this, after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumour mill. Rumours about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Hey pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? Why is he avoiding answering that? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. Why is that a restaurant leaflet? It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? Oh, it's on the back, I see. The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. Alright, bye then. Okay, so, good. We're not stuck. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too. Okay, so that was what we were missing. So, he mentioned Edgeworth before, but I guess we had to show him that to actually, like, get the thing where he says I should go and talk to Edgeworth. So we just missed a very specific step there, I suppose. Where is... I think, do we have to go into here to get to Edgeworth's office? Oh, why do I keep clicking talk? Yeah, High Prosecutor's office. Right, is he in? He might be in now. Look, we've got the little thing. February the 23rd, High Prosecutor's office, room 1202. Him? What's he doing here? I can't even remember what voice I did for him now. Ah, guests, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave, so long. I just don't remember what voice I did for him so long ago. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. It just appeared. Yeah. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? It sounds like a very Edgeworth thing to do, that, isn't it? Doesn't it? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the District Prosecutor's Office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe is looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. It seems like it may well be. Alright, so, we've got things we can talk about. I don't know if we need to show him anything. Can we have a look? Did we get anything that... Maybe like this jar and things like that. I suppose... Oh, should we show him... We probably want to show him this as well and ask about why his number's on there. Let's start with what we've got, and then we'll show him some things. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again. I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Okay, tomorrow's trial. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you? Why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Okay, time to present some things. Where do we start here? We have a lot of things to present. Maybe we start with this ID card record. Oh, right, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. It seems like Gant is trying to frame him, you know. Like, or at least trying to ruin his reputation. There's something between this him and Gant dynamic. The Chief of Police. He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. See, he's asking for evidence from an unrelated case, but putting Edgeworth in a situation where he would be there during everything that happened. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Ah. Unrelated evidence, screwdriver added. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth's, brought back to his office by Gant's request. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Okay. I mean, can we ask him about this? ... Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth has told you no in a very polite manner. Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. Okay, so maybe we are going to have to show him something else. What about this? ... Okay, so that's what he obviously says when he doesn't want to. So it's gonna have to be something that isn't from the current case then, I guess. So maybe something like this? No? Okay, he's still talking about that. Is he going to say this? Yeah, he's going to say the same here. There's got to be something that we can show him, right? Unless was there another... No. Okay, so we're going to have to present something to him then. Not the locker? No. Okay. Show him my best piece of evidence, it says. Can we... No. Okay. Okay, what have we got? Knife? ... Ah! I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Did that unlock something new? Aha! Allegations of forgery. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time. Gant. Yep, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. He was a top officer and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why I was a Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wow. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science? Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminium powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprinting set and fingerprint file received. Okay, so do we have to go back to Gumshoe? Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Yeah, on the locker, right? So I guess now we go back to the evidence room and see if we can use that on the locker. Here, I think. Yeah, guard station, evidence room. It's like a maze getting through all of this. Aha, we're back. Evidence room, sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Okay. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. Probably the index finger, I would guess. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Okay. I mean, I would guess this... thing is, that looks like a side... That would be a side thumbprint, right? So it's got to be the index. It's got to be, surely. Dust. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminium powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With enter, see? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminium powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With E. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. Okay. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. Okay. So we want to dust. The thing is, I don't know, where do we dust? Do we just, like, properly dust like this? And then blow, or... I don't know how much dust we want to use. Oh, okay, so we use a lot. Aha, you did it, you found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. ... Oh, that's irritating. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Can we use this like anywhere? Is this like the spray where we can just use it anywhere? Because there was that other print of blood on the locker that had the thing hanging out, right? Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Okay, yeah, I think we can. Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely, it seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Oh, let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Okay. Oh, like here? Is that what we're talking about? Right, so let's just do... This is cool, I like this. I like all the additional mechanics they've added into this case. I think it's really good. Aha! We have a print. Okay. Do we have to, like, refine it? Maybe there's more to it that we haven't dusted? Okay. Why is that not... Why does that... Why does that not work? Have we missed something there? I don't really get why that was not like registering that, unless that wasn't actually a thing. It definitely seems like that's the only bit that lights up yellow. Aside from, is there anything over here? It's got to be that. So what were we doing wrong? Because it was definitely a fingerprint, but it didn't seem to trigger anything. Let's give it another try. I mean, there's definitely a print there, and are we just not quite getting all of it? I'm not really sure what we're doing wrong. I don't know. This is kind of weird. Like, I would have thought that would register as a print, but it doesn't seem to be doing that, which is bizarre. I don't know. Do we just need to, like, spam the whole screen? Maybe there's more than one print here? Maybe that's where we're going wrong? Maybe there's, like, several prints on the same screen? Let's just put loads of it on there. Okay, yeah, we had to do more. Yay, a print! So clear, it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. It did, actually. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. So we're going to have to find the owner. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. It's probably Gumshoe, right? Because it's... The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? Gumshoe. Because it's his locker. Oh! Wow, okay. Wow, we've got like a whole thing. Compare? Comparison complete. Match found! Yeah, this is cool. I like this mechanic. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. ... Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. We're going to have to scan that other locker. You got to roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Yeah, okay. Let's check it out. Alright, so we're going to scan, well, dust the other one, but we're going to do that in the next time because we are out of time. So, sorry. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne, Nate, Paul from Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadin, Paul Leone, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCon555, Chrissy, Paul James, and Zolties, and I'll see you next time.